The Zephyrian War Council had expected many things when they dragged the human diplomat into their obsidian throne room. They expected begging. They expected tears. They expected the pathetic mewling that had characterized every other species they had conquered across 17 star systems. What they did not expect was Dr. Sarah Chen to smile. Warlord Krexthan towered above her on his throne of fused bone and crystal. His forearms spread wide in a display of dominance that had cowed emperors and broken the will of entire civilizations. His compound eyes, each the size of a human fist, fixed upon the small woman who stood unshackled before him. The gesture was meant to demonstrate his absolute confidence. What threat could one unarmed human pose to the might of the Zephyrian Empire? You find something amusing, flesh creature? Krexthan's voice boomed through the chamber, translated by the neural implants his soldiers had forcibly installed in every human captive. Around the throne room, his generals clicked their mandibles in anticipation. This would be entertaining. Dr. Chen's smile widened. It was not the desperate grin of someone trying to charm their way out of execution. It was something far more unsettling, the smile of someone who knew a secret. I find it fascinating, she said, her voice carrying easily through the vast chamber, that a species advanced enough for interstellar conquest never bothered to study human psychology. Krexthan leaned forward, his razor-sharp teeth glinting. We studied your kind enough to crush your pathetic resistance. Your ships burn, your colonies kneel, your leaders grovel for the privilege of serving us. You studied our weapons, Dr. Chen agreed, nodding thoughtfully. Our tactics, our technology, but you never studied what makes us human. She gestured around the throne room with its displays of conquered artifacts from dozens of worlds. All these species you've defeated. They fought for territory, resources, survival. Noble causes, certainly. But you've never faced a species that fights for spite. The clicking of mandibles faltered. Several generals exchanged glances. Spite? Krexthan's laugh was like grinding metal. You think your petty emotions frighten the lords of 17 systems? Not frighten, Dr. Chen said, her smile never wavering. But they should have warned you. She reached into her jacket pocket with deliberate slowness. The guards tensed, but she produced only a small device, barely larger than her thumb. You see, when you destroyed the Sol defense fleet, you made a tactical error. You assumed that breaking our formal military would break our spirit. She held up the device. This is a standard Earth civilian emergency beacon. Every human colony ship, research station, and mining operation carries thousands of them. When your forces overran our positions, our people did what humans do best when facing impossible odds. We improvised. Krexthan's eyes narrowed. Explain. For the past 6 months, while you've been consolidating your conquest, thousands of these beacons have been quietly broadcasting a very specific signal. Not a distress call, those are easy to block. Instead, they've been transmitting detailed schematics of Zephyrian technology, anatomical data on your species, tactical analyses of your fleet movements, and most importantly, the quantum resonance frequency of your ship hulls. The throne room fell silent except for the soft hum of alien machinery. You cataloged our assets when you conquered us, Dr. Chen continued conversationally. But you failed to account for human resourcefulness. Did you know that a civilian mining laser, when properly modified and synchronized with 17,000 other mining lasers across human space, can create a resonance cascade? Physics is such a wonderful constant across the galaxy. One of the generals stepped forward, mandibles clicking rapidly, and what the humans had learned was extreme agitation. Warlord, our sensors are detecting massive energy buildups across all conquered territories. The beauty of spite, Dr. Chen interrupted, is that it makes humans do spectacularly stupid things. Like turning every piece of human machinery in 17 star systems into a weapon, regardless of the cost. Her smile took on a sharp edge. Your empire spans 17 systems. Congratulations. You've made 17 systems worth of enemies who have nothing left to lose. Krexthan rose from his throne, all 4 arms reaching for weapons. Even if this is true, you die here now for your insolence. Oh, I know, Dr. Chen said cheerfully. That was always the plan. But here's the thing about humans, Warlord. We're very good at mathematics. It takes exactly 47 seconds for a quantum resonance cascade to propagate through trilithium hull plating. The signal I just sent will reach the first mining station in 42 seconds. The throne room erupted in chaos. Generals shouted orders while technicians scrambled to contact fleet commanders. Alerts began blaring from communication arrays as reports flooded in of synchronized energy spikes across human territories. Dr. Chen watched the pandemonium with evident satisfaction. 40 seconds now, she announced helpfully. Kill her, Crexton roared. 35 seconds, Dr. Chen continued, ignoring the weapons trained on her. You know what I love about human psychology? We'll burn down everything we've built before we'll let someone else have it. 30 seconds. The first reports of hull breaches began filtering in from the Zephyrian fleet positions orbiting former human worlds. Mining lasers, industrial cutters, and even repurposed agricultural equipment were firing in perfect synchronization, their combined output creating resonance patterns that turned Zephyrian ships into crystal chimes, beautiful and utterly fragile. 20 seconds, Dr. Chen said, her voice cutting through the screaming alarms. The lovely thing about exponential cascades is how quickly they spread. 15 seconds. Crexthon's personal guard opened fire, their energy weapons reducing Dr. Chen to atoms, but her voice seemed to echo in the chamber as the first structural tremors began to shake the command ship. 10 seconds. The flagship's hull began to sing, a haunting, crystalline note that rose in pitch as molecular bonds destabilized. Through the throne room's viewport, other ships could be seen beginning to glow as their hulls reached critical resonance. 5. Crexthon had just enough time to realize that the small human woman had smiled because she knew something he didn't, that humans would rather rule over ashes than serve in paradise. The Zephyrian Empire, 17 star systems strong, lasted exactly 47 seconds longer than Dr. Sarah Chen's last smile. In the end, spite proved to be the most human weapon of all. Later, when the scattered human survivors began to rebuild among the debris fields, they would tell stories of the diplomat who smiled at a warlord and brought down an empire with nothing but mathematics and the peculiarly human conviction that some things are worth any price. They called it the Spite War, and they made sure never to forget the lesson. Never underestimate what humans will do when they have nothing left to lose but their dignity.